Hello everyone, my name is Zard and welcome back to another video. So today I'll be taking a look at set 7655. That's something I really don't do too much when I'm doing these reviews, is saying a 4-number set number. It's usually, I don't know, 5 or 6, so it's sort of weird saying 4. This is the Clone Trooper Battle Pack from 2008. This has 58 pieces and 4 minifigures. This was the original Clone Battle Pack. I recently got this off Facebook Marketplace. It was $50, and I'm really happy I was able to get this set, especially with the 501st Battle Pack coming out in January. I'm really excited to see that set, and that they're putting the Clone Wars logo on that box, or at least it's rumored that they would be doing that. So maybe, we get some more Clone Wars sets. I love clones. Clone Wars has always been very special to me. It was really the first Star Wars, maybe not that I saw, because I believe I had seen the 6 films, but it was the first Star Wars that was coming out that I was really into Star Wars. Lego Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the game, the sets, the show, everything about it. So the clones, Rex and Cody, and just your normal Phase 1 clones, even though these are Phase 2, is really special to me, and just clones as a whole. So this was pretty much just before I got into Lego Star Wars. So my first Clone Battle Pack was that Clone Wars style Phase 1 Battle Pack, so I never was able to pick this set up when it came out. But I'm really excited to take a look at this set, and I hope you enjoyed this review. So I'll take a look at the minifigures, the build, and then the box, and then just give me my final thoughts on this set. So here are the two 58-piece builds of this set. Now, with Clone Battle Packs, now we sort of expect around 100 pieces for a Battle Pack. And I guess you could say this Battle Pack, being the first one, was sort of like a test run. And even though these builds are really simple, I think they're really good. So the first one, this little turret build here, I think is really well built, and for a really small amount of pieces, it looks really quite good. You can fit a minifigure on the 3 stud space there. I'd say the back stud gives you the best. Of course, you could change up the rifle, and you could probably fit them in a bit better, but it's sort of hard to fit them on the first the first 2 rows of studs, so the third one seems to work good. And I think the minifigure looks pretty good. You can sort of position them well, about to shoot down some droids, and I think this is it's a good build, and I like that they included multiple builds here. I think that was a good idea and a good inclusion, because I think one speeder it wouldn't be enough, especially with 4 minifigures, even though, of course, you could just have 2 running on the side, 2 in the speeder. But the speeder here, its base is just a long white 2 stud wide plate. But I think it's quite good. I really like this speeder. It's quite long. It doesn't use a lot of pieces, but I think it's nice. I like the colors used here, that darker red color that is used for an accent color on the 2 builds here. I like it. You've got a blaster at the back there. The handlebars there are interesting piece usage there. I don't really know what they would use now for those. I can't really remember what. I have these snows. Okay, I'm looking at the snow speeder bike from the Hoth Battle Pack this year, and that one is, like, it's a really amazing speeder bike, probably one of the best I've seen for Lego Star Wars, especially one that comes in a battle pack. So I just want to bring this in. Here is your oldest battle pack speeder and your newest one. Now this one sort of puts it to shame. It looks great, but there's something about the simplicity of the original one that I really liked. This is also really well built, but you've got so many new pieces that you can use. It just makes sense that it's going to look better. But this one, I think it's simple, but I quite like it. You can fit 2 minifigures there. One driving the speeder and then one as a gunner. And I think the minifigures fit in the speeder well, and they look good in it as well. There's a couple minifigures, your normal Phase 2, and the Shock Trooper there with the blaster at the back. I quite like these 2 builds in this set, so now I'll take a look at the minifigures. So here are the 4 minifigures. You've got 2 Phase 2 clones, a Shock Trooper, and a 327th. I quite like these clones. The design, it's quite different than what we have now. Of course, the helmet is completely different with an open space there in the visor area with a black head underneath. I think the torso printing, even though it's simple, I think it's good. There's no leg printing here, but that I would say is a rare thing at the time. It's quite a bit more common now, and I'm happy that we have toe printing and leg printing on clones. And they look a lot more detailed and probably overall better, but there's something about these clones, even in their simplicity, it's just great. I quite like it. The Shock Trooper here is really cool. I quite like it, especially to me, as I really am having a good time playing Battlefront right now. And I use the Heavy class, and the Shock Trooper is what I use. So getting this Shock Trooper was quite cool. I quite like this minifigure. You've got some red accents on the back, as well as the front, the belt area, the chest area. I think this is a really nice looking clone. I believe this one did come in a few sets. I think all these clones did come in a few sets. I forget exactly. You had the green, like, Kashyyyk clone, the just plain Phase 2 of the Recon, these Bly clones, and the Shock Trooper for those original design clones. I quite like this clone here. The yellow accents are really quite nice. I believe this is the only time we've actually got this Legion, so it's cool. In this set, of course, a black head underneath, and some nice torso printing. There's not really much in the back printing, I think. No, it's a bit of a different design from the other minifigure, but it's a nice minifigure. I quite like it, and I really like these minifigures altogether. At what I paid for this set, I was pretty much buying it for the figures, and the figures at that price were worth it for me. So yeah, I really quite like these minifigures. I'm happy to add them to my collection. So here is the box art of this set, the box art for the 30th anniversary of Star Wars. You've got the clones displayed quite nicely on the box. The boxes sort of come together with that droid battle pack and this clone battle pack. They sort of mesh together quite nicely to create a little battle scene on the box, and it sort of comes together on the instruction manual. I believe it's actually right at the back of the instructions. Yes, it is. So you've got a bit of a clone army built up against the droids right here, and I think they look quite nice, the scenes. And also, just taking a look at the instructions, this is what you had on your back of the instructions at the time. The Grievous Starfighter there, landing class shuttle, the Y-Wing, the AT-ST with a very large chin. And then the box arts of those sets at the back there. I quite like this Battle Pack box art. Just the 30th anniversary box art is quite nice. The Build Your Army logo there, the set information. I really like that detail with the 30th anniversary logo there. The Darth Vader, of course, in the corner. You've got the 30th anniversary logo there. At the back, there's the 4 minifigures, those other 30th anniversary sets there. Darth Vader and that logo again. And there is the clone figure at the top, really nothing on the side. This is a really nice box art, probably one of my favorites in my collection. And yeah, I quite like it. And I don't know what if they do anything like this in the future. They seem to really like to now add Lego versions of the characters in the corners, but there's something like these characters being added to the corners that's just really cool to me, whether it's the Darth Maul box art, that original episode 3 Vader box art, this Vader box art, Maul, Rex, whatever it might be. I really like those characters in the boxes. And yeah, now I'll just go to my final thoughts on this set. So this clone battle pack, I think, is pretty amazing. The clone lineup here is really great, and I'd love to see a remake of this set sometime, even switching out some of your different legions, whether like switch out your shock trooper for a wolf pack or your 327th for something else. I think there's this idea of a clone battle pack is really great. Getting 2 Phase 2 clones and then a couple other legions of clones is really cool. The box art on this set is amazing. I don't think we've got anything in recent years. That white and black brick style box art, I don't think compares to this one. The episode 9 one, episode 8, episode 7. Really nothing that I can think of in recent memory. Maybe that 20th anniversary of Lego Star Wars box art would be the closest, but nothing that I see compares to the box art. Now, the new box art I think is really good. Now, there's some errors that come along with it, but I think that one is probably the closest that I could say that's up there with what this box art is. Of course, the 30th anniversary of Star Wars is really cool. And something I hadn't noticed when I was doing this review was this little 30th anniversary logo right next to the Darth Vader. I had no clue that was, I really just thought it was some red detailing. And then when I looked at it, set this down for the review, I noticed that, and I believe it also has 77 to 2008, I believe, or 2007. I can't 100%. I think it's 2007. Yeah, that would make sense. Or so this is 2007 Battle Pack. I thought it was 2008 when these came out. But that's really cool. The amount of detail, the Vader beside it's really cool. The Build Your Army is also really cool. I believe it said Build Your Army on the Droid Battle Pack as well. And there was instead of a clone, I believe there was a super battle droid. So this battle pack I think is great. I think it combines really well with that battle droid battle pack that came out at the same time. The clone minifigures here are great. Now the builds, they're not up to the standard you would expect in 2022 going into 2023. But there's something about these builds, their simplicity, that I just absolutely love, and I think it's really cool. And if they came out with this now, I'd have a completely different opinion of it. But given that when this came out, the limitations of certain pieces, I absolutely love this set, and I'm really happy I was able to get it. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you in the next one.